I didn't diet. I didn't train. I fixed the system. Let me be very clear from the beginning. What you are about to hear has nothing to do with dieting. It has nothing to do with starving yourself. It has nothing to do with running on a treadmill, lifting heavy weights, or counting calories until you lose your sanity. I didn't change how much I ate. I didn't punish my body with exercise. I didn't force discipline or willpower. Instead, I fixed one internal system that had been quietly failing for years. And when that system started working again, the weight didn't need motivation to leave. It didn't need effort. It didn't need struggle. It released naturally, especially the stubborn fat around the belly, the heaviness, the bloating, the puffiness that makes your face look tired even when you sleep. That system is your liver. Most people think weight loss begins in the kitchen or the gym. Biology says something very different. Weight loss begins in the organ that decides whether fat is burned or stored. Your liver is not a passive filter. It is your metabolic engine. When it's overloaded, inflamed, or congested, fat burning shuts down. Not slowly, almost completely. And no amount of dieting can override that. That's why so many people, especially over 40 or 50, feel stuck. You eat less, nothing happens. You move more, nothing changes. You try harder, your body resists harder. That's not laziness. That's not failure. That's a broken metabolic signal. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what was blocking fat loss, why dieting made things worse, what I fixed instead, and why the body responded almost automatically. This is not a fat-burning trick. This is metabolic repair. The real problem no one talks about. A congested liver equals a frozen metabolism. Let's talk about what actually happens when the liver is under stress. Your liver has hundreds of jobs, but four matter most for fat loss. Processing sugar, managing insulin, burning fat for energy, regulating inflammation. When the liver is healthy, these systems flow smoothly. But modern life overloads the liver daily with sugar, refined carbohydrates, liquid calories, alcohol, late-night eating, chronic stress. Over time, the liver becomes congested, not sick enough to cause pain, not damaged enough for diagnosis, just overworked. This state is often called fatty liver or hepatic stress. In this state, fat-burning pathways slow down, insulin resistance increases, inflammation rises, water retention increases, belly fat becomes locked. Your body starts storing fat as protection. It's not trying to make you overweight. It's trying to survive toxic overload. This is why dieting fails. When calories drop, but liver stress remains, the body panics. It thinks famine plus toxicity equals danger. So fat loss shuts down even harder. That's why I stopped asking, how do I burn more calories? And started asking, what is stopping my body from releasing fat? The answer was clear. The liver needed relief, not restriction. Rule number 1, the nighttime liver window. Why fat loss starts after sunset. This was the most important change. Your liver follows a circadian rhythm. During the day, it helps with digestion. It processes nutrients. It manages blood sugar. At night, it switches to repair mode. It reduces inflammation. It clears metabolic waste. It restores insulin sensitivity. But this repair phase only happens if the liver is left alone. Every time you eat sugar at night, you cancel this repair. For 14 days, I followed one rule. Back-end index pointing right, no sugar after 6 p.m. That meant no desserts, no variedad, o no refined carbs, no fruit, o no alcohol, no late-night snacks. Not forever, just 14 days. Within 48 hours, something surprising happened. My body didn't lose fat yet, but it deflated. Face puffiness dropped. Rings felt looser. Belly pressure reduced. Morning bloating vanished. This wasn't fat loss. This was inflammation and water weight leaving. That's how you know the liver is recovering. Most people never reach fat loss because they never pass this stage. They keep re-inflaming the liver every night. I stopped poisoning it, and the system finally breathed. Rule number 2, the bitter signal your liver is begging for. Why modern diets killed a critical metabolic switch. There is a taste your body desperately needs and almost never gets anymore. That taste is bitterness. Modern food is engineered to remove it. Sweet sells, salt comforts, fat satisfies, but bitterness does something completely different. Bitter compounds are direct biological signals to the liver and gallbladder. They tell the body, "Pide pide bide." Release fat-digesting enzymes. Open metabolic pathways. Without bitterness, bile flow becomes weak. And poor bile flow means fats aren't digested properly. Fat-soluble toxins accumulate. Cholesterol recycling breaks down. Fat is stored instead of burned. This is why so many people feel heavy after meals, bloated even when eating healthy, nauseous with fatty foods, gassy or sluggish digestion. The liver isn't broken. It's unsignaled. So I added one small ritual. Yellow circle recipe number 1. The morning bitter liver reset drink. This was non-negotiable. Every morning, immediately after waking, before food, before coffee, before anything. I used 1 cup room temperature water, 1 tablespoon fresh lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. That's it. I drank it on an empty stomach and waited 20 to 30 minutes before eating. Why room temperature? Cold water shocks digestion and delays signaling. What happened was subtle but unmistakable. Within days, morning bloating disappeared. Fat digestion improved. Stool consistency normalized. Upper right abdominal heaviness faded. That gentle awakening sensation, that was bile flow returning. This wasn't fat loss yet. This was preparing the machinery. Fat loss comes later, but it cannot come without this step. Rule number 3. Protein timing, not protein amount. Why dinner can heal or block your liver. Most people obsess over how much protein they eat. I changed when I ate it. The liver repairs itself primarily at night. To do that, it needs amino acids, the building blocks of protein. But here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They combine heavy protein, heavy carbohydrates, late-night eating. That forces the liver to choose. And sugar always wins. When carbs are present, the liver must process glucose and fructose first. Repair is postponed. So I changed dinner completely. Green circle recipe number 2, the liver repair dinner. Fix, don't store. My evening meal followed one rule. Protein plus non-starchy vegetables only. Examples: baked salmon plus roasted broccoli. Omelette plus spinach and mushrooms. Grilled chicken plus zucchini. Turkey plus cabbage. No, rice, potatoes, pasta, bread. This did 3 critical things. Keycap 1 provided amino acids for liver repair. Keycap 2 kept insulin low. Keycap 3 allowed overnight fat mobilization. Within days, cravings disappeared. Not through discipline, through stability. Blood sugar stabilized. Hunger signals normalized. That's when fat loss begins quietly. Rule number 4. Liquid sugar is the silent liver killer. Why smoothies can be worse than desserts. This was the rule that shocked me the most. Liquid sugar doesn't go through digestion. It goes straight to the liver. Fruit juice, sweetened coffee, smoothies, energy drinks, sweet teas. Without fiber, fructose floods the liver via the portal vein. The liver has no choice. It converts into fat. This process is called de novo lipogenesis. For 14 days, I consumed. Back-end index pointing right, 0 liquid sugar. Only water, herbal teas, the morning bitter drink. The effect was immediate. Belly softness reduced. Daily inflammation dropped. Energy stabilized. Afternoon crashes vanished. The liver finally stopped producing fat all day long. That alone removed a massive metabolic burden. The evening drink that calms the liver. Why nighttime inflammation blocks fat loss. Fat burning doesn't happen in chaos. It happens in calm. Stress hormones like cortisol force fat storage. So before bed, I added one final signal. Blue circle recipe number 3, the evening liver calm drink. 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, warm, not hot. 1/2 teaspoon turmeric powder. A pinch of black pepper. I drank this 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Turmeric reduces liver inflammation. Black pepper increases absorption dramatically. The result? Better sleep, lower nighttime cortisol, improved insulin sensitivity, deeper overnight repair. Fat burning doesn't need stimulation. It needs permission. The day-by-day transformation timeline. Why the scale moves late. Days 1 to 4, deflation phase. Bloating drops. Inflammation reduces. Clothes fit better. No fat loss yet. Days 5 to 10, metabolic shift. Waist begins shrinking. Cravings disappear. Energy stabilizes. Fat access improves. Days 10 to 14, real fat loss. Scale moves consistently. Belly fat softens. Weight drops naturally. This is when the liver stops blocking fat release. Why this works better after age 40 or 50. The metabolic shift no one warned you about. There's a reason this approach works better, not worse, as you get older. After 40, and especially after 50, your metabolism doesn't slow down randomly. It changes priorities. When you're younger, the body can tolerate mistakes. Late night eating, sugar spikes, poor sleep, stress. The liver compensates. But with age, that buffer disappears. The liver becomes less flexible. Insulin signaling weakens. Inflammation lingers longer. Repair cycles shorten. That's why many people say, I eat less than I used to. I move more than before. But the fat won't leave. The problem is not effort. The problem is timing and signaling. This protocol works because it respects circadian biology, reduces metabolic noise, prioritizes repair over burn. After 40, the body doesn't want punishment. It wants clarity. When you remove liver stress, fat loss resumes, often faster than it did in your 30s. That surprises people, but it shouldn't. You're no longer fighting youth metabolism. You're restoring adult metabolism. Why the weight didn't come back. The difference between reset and restriction. Most weight loss fails for one reason. It's based on restriction. Restriction creates rebound. As soon as the diet ends, hunger hormones spike. Metabolism slows. Fat returns, often more aggressively. This was different. I didn't force fat loss. I removed the block that required fat storage. A healthy liver regulates insulin properly, clears toxins efficiently, doesn't need fat as a storage unit. When toxins and excess sugar stop flooding the liver, fat cells are no longer required as protection. That's the key most people miss. Fat is not the enemy. Fat is the solution your body uses when the liver is overwhelmed. Fix the liver, and fat becomes unnecessary. That's why appetite normalized, cravings stayed low, energy remained stable. I didn't maintain weight loss. The body simply stayed where it functioned best. The number one mistake that cancels all liver progress. Why people try for years and stay stuck. Here is the mistake that erases results. People try to diet harder, exercise more, cut calories further, while continuing to eat sugar daily, drink liquid calories, eat late at night, ignore sleep. That's a losing battle. You cannot out-exercise a congested liver. You cannot outstarve metabolic dysfunction. You cannot willpower past broken signaling. Fat loss is not about forcing the body. It's about removing interference. Once the interference is gone, the body does the rest. That's why this works without obsession. The 14-day liver reset checklist. Simple rules. Powerful results. Here is the exact checklist. Not forever. Just 14 days. Keycap 1, no sugar after 6 p.m. Give your liver the night off. Keycap 2, bitter drink every morning. Trigger bile and fat digestion. Keycap 3, protein plus vegetables for dinner. Fuel repair, not storage. Keycap 4, 0 liquid sugar. Eliminate the fastest path to liver fat. Keycap 5, sleep before midnight. Honor peak liver repair cycles. That's it. No calorie counting. No extreme workouts. No deprivation. Just biological alignment. Who should not do this? Safety. This is not medical treatment. Avoid or modify if you have. advanced liver disease, active ulcers, severe gallbladder issues, medical conditions requiring strict diets. Always listen to your body. This is support, not force. The real reframe. You were never broken. You were never lazy. You were never undisciplined. You were never weak. Your metabolism was blocked. The moment the liver stops fighting you, everything changes. Fat loss becomes a consequence, not a struggle. True transformation doesn't begin with punishment. It begins with repair. You don't lose fat by hating your body. You lose fat by helping it function. If this approach makes sense to you, subscribe to this channel. We focus on biology, not hype. And tell me in the comments, what is harder for you? Stubborn belly fat or constant bloating? Your answer tells me what to cover next.